Good evening, guys. Bill McMillan here with NDWX.com. A big storm system wrapping up over the plains. Already been responsible for a tornado outbreak yesterday. Very heavy snowstorm across the Rockies and blizzard conditions across the high plains in northeast Colorado already. We've seen two waves of rain move through central Indiana. We've got one final push of rain that will come in here really in earnest Wednesday morning into the afternoon hours. Taking a look at the latest satellite this evening, shows that storm system really continuing to wrap up over the central plains and a big push, surge, if you will, of tropical moisture out in front of it. Initially, forecast models were moving this band of heavier moisture, if you will, slower across Indiana, and that's where we were leaning more towards 2 to 3 inch storm total rainfall. As it is, it's still a significant storm system. Especially when you compare or combine the rain that we saw yesterday, today, and most likely what will be at least on the order of a ½ inch to an inch of additional rainfall that will come on Wednesday. Let's take a look at the latest radar across the central region. Heavy rain, flash flood warnings, some severe thunderstorm warnings as well across places like Missouri and Arkansas, especially being hard hit this evening. From this line of storms as it continues to push slowly east. More as the satellite showed earlier, this is actually moving more in a south to north fashion this evening, and slower, at least in the forward progress to the east. But as we go and put in the simulated forecast radar here from our high-resolution NAM, it'll continue to show slow advancement to the east of this area of rain. But as you notice here, it's going to be weakening as it pushes into Indiana. This is early Wednesday, valid at 10 o'clock Wednesday morning. Putting it into motion will continue to show this area of rain and some embedded thunder, especially south, continuing to advance east as we go through the course and time through the day. Wednesday, by the time we're into Wednesday evening, and Thursday morning, we're looking at a drier, cooler, and breezy time of things. Now let's take a look also at, well, before we do that, this is an area, or this is a forecast modeled additional rainfall, noting somewhere between a ½ and 3/4 of an inch of rain across most of Indiana, with that third push of moisture as it comes through here Wednesday. Now we've got snow in the forecast, and maybe even an accumulating snow at that for northern portions of the state, thanks to this guy here. This little wave of low pressure is going to move across the state Friday night and Saturday, and be responsible really for bringing in some much colder air in here for the second half of the weekend. But before that, we do think we're going to see some accumulating snow across northern portions of the state, especially during the overnight period Friday into Saturday morning. More of a light rain to light snow type scenario for central Indiana, not looking at any sort of accumulations, at least for right now, locally. But putting this into motion, we'll show that area of, let me back it up actually, sorry about that guys. We'll show this wave of low pressure moving east and then heading into the Great Lakes Friday night into Saturday. And early estimates would place maybe a 2 to 4 inch snow down for places like Chicago, northern portions of Indiana, and up into southern Michigan, but a lot of time still to continue to iron out those details as we move forward. Really quick before we wrap things up, guys, we've been talking about a colder time of things to close out November and head into December, and that continues to look like the case. Two big points of emphasis here as we are looking in the longer term. The PNA, or the Pacific North American pattern, continues to go positive as we go into early December. That would suggest that we're looking at more of a eastern trough and western ridging, so we'll continue to keep an eye on that. Combine that with a recurving, developing tropical cyclone here across the western Pacific, and the stage is set, it looks like, for another big blast of cold air in the 10 to 12 day period. So times are changing, and if you like more in the way of wintry conditions, certainly over the course of the next 10 to 15 days, it certainly appears that we're heading more in that direction. A lot to look at in the coming days. We'll do just that here on NDWX.com. Make it a great evening.